you have lots and lots of declassified documents, which I have in the book, showing how South African leaders, this is before apartheid fell, of course, in 1994, South African leaders and Israeli leaders admired each other. White South Africans admired what Israel was doing to Palestinians, mostly Muslims, although some Christians too. And Israel really admired what white South Africa was doing to the blacks, oppressing them, apartheid. And I show, and I've spoken to lots of people, even since the book came out, to show that that alliance, that backing of each other's repression was because both nations thought and argued they were fighting barbarism in their own backyard. Black population, Palestinians, and getting inspiration from each other. So Israeli leaders would go to South Africa, look at the Bantustans, where blacks were essentially herded, and say, we could do something similar with Palestinians. And to some extent, what Israel has created in Palestine is remarkably similar to that. Different, but similar. And I think the current International Court of Justice case, fast forward more than half a century, has a direct line from Israel backing apartheid South Africa to this day. And what I mean by that is that many South African leaders, including the ones who are in charge now, and the ANC in South Africa, let's be clear, is a deeply problematic organisation, very corrupt. This is not idealising the ANC at all. They don't need to be idealised. But in relation to this case, many of them said in the last months, we have not forgotten what Israel did to our people in the 70s and 80s and 90s. Meaning supporting our oppressors. And almost, they have not said this, but I'm saying this is almost, it's our chance, South Africa's chance, to get justice for our people. Now, obviously what's happening at the ICJ is not about South Africa, it's about Palestine, Gaza. But I see a real strong historical line between these two events decades ago, because at the end of apartheid, Mandela said, I have the quote in the book, I'm paraphrasing, something like, we will not forget what Israel did to our people, namely backing, arming, training our oppressors. And half a century on, I think the South African leaders now who are pushing the ICJ to try to stop Israel's genocide in Gaza are remembering what Israel did to them and their ancestors not that long ago. And they're angry, and rightly so.